You're welcome. Now let's get on with the details of those stories. Now, the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice has called on governments to take urgent steps to meet the aspirations of the majority of Ghanaians by passing the RTI, or the Right to Information Bill, into law to help fight corruption in the country. Our Deputy Commissioner of the Commission, Richard Kwesen, said the absence of the Right to Information law makes it difficult for whistleblowers to come out with credible information to help in the fight. He said this at the commemoration of this year's International Anti-Corruption and Human Rights Day held here in Accra.
The full implementation of a free senior high school education, in addition to the FQ, as part of efforts to make secondary education and primary education accessible to all, is something that we all must commend ourselves for having had the courage to implement. The free SHS program started the last academic year. The Commission urges the government to take urgent steps to address those challenges the program has been beset with a number of challenges, and the Commission urges the government to take urgent steps to address those challenges in a timely manner to ensure that this laudable program achieves its objective of leaving no one behind. Right to information. That the Right to Information law provides opportunity to strengthen transparency and accountability, and prevent and detect corruption, to investigate corruption, and to protect victims, witnesses, and whistleblowers cannot be overemphasized. The Right to Information Bill, which was laid in the various parliaments of the Fourth Republic, is still pending before Parliament, and there are mixed signals as to whether it will become law anytime soon. We urge government and Parliament to do everything necessary to meet the aspirations of the good people of Ghana regarding this important bill.
That's the Deputy Commissioner there, Mr. Kwesen. Well, First Deputy Speaker Joe Osei-Wusu has refuted claims that Parliament is frustrating the process of passing the RTI law. Meanwhile, Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia says government will ensure that the bill is passed in the next sitting of Parliament, which essentially means it will not happen this year.
On right to information, fortunately, the Vice President has mentioned where we are. I want to emphasize that sometimes it's frustrating when the impression is created that Parliament is not willing to pass the right information. And I want to emphasize that ever since I've been an MP, for the first time, one of the rare powers of Parliament was used so that we could go on and working on the right to information, and that was suspending the standing orders with respect to quorum. Because I was presiding, I realized that some members wanted to raise quorum. We didn't have sufficient numbers. And so I suspended the standing orders. Fortunately, it's a power given to the Speaker to suspend any part of the standing orders. And I said, all parts relating to quorum are suspended, so that the few who were committed to ensuring that we work on the right to information bill continue to work. So let's not give the impression that Parliament is frustrating the process. But having said that, sometimes it's also frustrating the way we behave. We behave as if law is just enactment. And I'm referring to the amount of effort and campaign we use into ensuring that certain laws which interest us are passed, only to find that soon after that nobody talks about them again. It's very frustrating. If you look at the Local Governance Act, Section 47, anybody you Google, you find it. It is there that every resident of a district has the right to ask for any information in any of the district assemblies. And the secretary to the district assemblies is the appointed information officer. It was passed 2 years ago. I'm not aware that anybody has ever used it. The other time in our discussion, I said that we are making the right information city-based because the local governance area, nobody is discussing them. And so people in Bekwai don't know that they can go to the MCA and ask to get information on how much of the common fund has come to them, how has it been used, how much of the internally generated funds did you generate in the last quarter, and how have you used it. I think that our campaign should be decentralized. We should bring the people who matter most into the picture and encourage them to exercise the rights that are also available to them.
The government has allocated 180 million Ghana cedis to the special prosecutor to fight corruption, and the president is committed that if need be, additional resources will also be provided. But we are hoping that the signal is sent, and not only are we making the allocation, the minister has been instructed to make sure that disbursement is also made on time. The legislative instrument which will prescribe the procedure for reporting corruption to the special prosecutor and how corruption-related cases should be handled is before Parliament. And the President is hopeful that Parliament can pass it before the close of the year. Parliament has also begun consideration of the Right to Information Bill, which has been before the House since 2013. The rationale for the bill is to give the right and access to official information held by public institutions, private entities which perform public functions with public funds. Government has taken notice of the persistent efforts by several advocacy groups to have the Right to Information Bill passed. And we are very committed to have the RTI law to boost our fight against corruption. I just asked the Right Honorable First Deputy Speaker where we are, because we keep asking for updates, and he tells me they have considered about half of the amendments to the bill so far. So it looks like all things being equal, early in the next session in Parliament, he tells me, this bill that has been sought after for the last 20 years, by the grace of God and with your effort, we should see it passed.